Today I just kind of wanted to put a little bit of a spotlight on like moms that struggle with mental illness and how you can still homeschool. And one of the things that I suffer from is like OCD tendencies and OCD behaviors. And today I am struggling with it a decent amount. And I'm going to show you how we continue to homeschool. We continue to get through it, even on days whenever I am struggling. I think people are under the misconception sometimes that OCD always means that you're super neat and you're organized. And that is not the case for me at all. In fact, my OCD kind of does the opposite for me. It can make me decently disorganized because I will start focusing on things that don't really matter in that moment. So being able to do things like prioritizing what is the most important thing for the day can get a little difficult for me because I do things in an order. And it's not even an organized order. It is OCD. It is something that, I do to alleviate anxiety that isn't necessarily good for everyday function. But we still do manage to homeschool and get through the day. It just doesn't look like what everyone else's day is going to look like. It is not, we don't do things, I don't feel, the way that other people do things. And so it can get a little difficult to show you guys like a day in the life of our homeschool because we don't do just where we sit down at the table, do all of our homeschool, and then are done with it for the day. That's not how we do things. And a lot of that has to do with our biblical beliefs, which I will talk about, but also my OCD and the fact that I have to do other things. I'll try to explain more. So one of the things that I do want to note is that OCD requires an actual medical diagnosis, guys. So like the kind of trend of like saying like, oh, I have OCD because I like things in a particular order or whatever. Unless you need an actual diagnosis. And then, especially with an actual diagnosis, you can start receiving the proper mental health care. So going and talking to somebody or, whatever it is, therapy, medication, whatever steps it is that you're going to take, because OCD is not something that we necessarily want to like glorify. And it's not something that, it's something that you're suffering from that's preventing you to function in a normal way or preventing you to function in a proficient way. So you do want to receive treatment for that. And so I just wanted to make sure that I put that in there and I noted that. My OCD manifests in like routines and schedules, and like I have to do things like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4. I've tried to break the 3 cycle, which all that has occurred is I now go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I do see medical professionals, guys, so I encourage anyone to seek actual medical. My goal for this is to literally just show you me and how I handle it and how I am functioning. Today's not my most proficient day, we'll just say that. So this particular verse in Deuteronomy, where it says, teach them to your children, talking about them when you sit in your house and when you walk along the road, when you lie down and when you get up, kind of spoke to me a lot the first year that we were homeschooling, and I kind of battled against this Bible verse for some reason. So I have a headache, but I'm determined to get this video out. But that particular Bible verse, so the first year of homeschooling and even on to that, and occasionally sometimes it still hits me, where I'll feel so much pressure to like mimic public school at home. But in my heart of hearts, I know that what I want from our school is relaxed homeschool, and I want school and learning to be a part of our every day, not just like a set time. It's like the Bible verse, that particular Bible verse in Deuteronomy. It's talking about, when should you teach the Bible to your children? And basically all the time, right? We don't just go to church on Sundays. We need to be having a relationship with Jesus every day, every moment, every hour, every second, right? And I think that learning should be like that as well. And then how does my, mental illness? So my diagnosis is severe anxiety disorder with PTSD, dissociation or dissociative disorder with OCD tendencies. So that is like the, the official like diagnosis. And with bouts of depression, I guess, is added in there somewhere. I'm not really sure, guys. Okay. But so basically what that means is, one, I can be really hard on myself because the way my life looks doesn't look like other people's lives or other YouTube moms' lives. I think we should clarify that. Because what I'm learning as I go on this little journey that I have been taking for almost a year now, is that a lot of people actually do relate to me. And so I'm kind of battling like the perfection, but here it's kind of tricky, okay? Because, we don't want to let our mental illness or the things that we're suffering with, OCD, depression, anxiety, things like that, shouldn't be ruling over you. And when you're suffering from them, it's because they are taking over, right? So it gets a little tricky there, battling perfection. So accepting that we're not perfect is a really big part of being a Christian, because if you try to portray that you are perfection, you are suffering from the sin of pride, right? And you can become entangled in pride. And I think that our society and our culture, we can sometimes be really prideful, and I'm guilty of that myself, suffering from pride. And so I think the counterbalance of that I'm trying to portray is that we're not perfect, and it's okay. And we don't have to have the perfect layout of a day, And so I want to carry that over here into my homeschool channel as well. And today's a perfect day to talk about, mental illness and homeschooling. And I'm curious, how many of you moms that are watching this channel or that are watching this video in particular, because this channel is very new, has very few subscribers. But anyone watching this video, are you suffering, or have you ever suffered from any type of mental illness, whether it be like, postpartum depression or the baby blues or whatever after having children? Do you suffer as a stay-at-home mom with bouts of depression, things like that? I am curious. Would love to interact with more people who I can relate to. But yeah, so, and learning to give myself grace and it's okay. Like, it's okay. We got this. It's okay.
I am faithful.
Fearfully,
wonderful. Hold on, I want to do it on my Bible.
You want to read it out of your Bible?
Yeah. My Bible, when it gets stuck in your pocket,
It's in my pocket.
The corner. Okay. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that's very
Full well. Good job. And that is Psalm 119. 14. Mm-hmm. And we're going to work on trying to memorize that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, mini update. Levi said, I think we should tell the guys we got it wrong. I said it wrong. The psalm we are memorizing is Psalm 139:14. That is the psalm that we're memorizing. And Levi said, I think we should tell the guys that we got it wrong. Okay, so Levi is copying a psalm, and Charlie and Aurora are practicing writing the letter G. Aurora is only 3.
I did it.
Very, very good job, Charlie. Very good job.
In the lines?
Yep, you stayed in the lines, and that is the letter G. Can you say G?
G.
G.
Mommy.
And what does G say, Aurora? G says G.
This one.
Do you see how he was mowing? What was he doing? He was mowing.
I did this or this one.
This one.
Can I show them that I did this?
You want to show it to him?
No,
Oh, you want to be in charge of the camera?
Mommy! Mommy! How he's not gonna do it, I have not gonna do it.
Okay.
Can I take a picture of it on the camera?
What, Aurora? Why are you being so whiny? You want to have a turn?
Mm-hmm. I want to have a turn.
You're going to have a turn.
It's nice.
Are you copying your psalm?
Yeah.
Okay, let Levi have a turn.
Hi guys. This is what I'm doing. Doing this with my Bible.
Good job. That was pretty good, Levi.
Mommy.
Okay, we'll all take turns here in a little while. On the 6th day of creation, God's world was beautiful indeed. The fields were green, the flowers bloomed, and birds and animals roamed the forest.